What up, what up, what up? We are live, man. We are live. Episode 80 of the Sip Smoking Sports Podcast, man. I'm your host, Eddie Guns, Papa Smurf Dog, G Dog on the fly tip, whatever you want to call me. Just please spell my name right. Episode 80 of the Sip Smoking Sports Podcast has been a week. I took a break because I was going to some Thunder games, checking them cats out. But we back. I only got one of the usual suspects with me. Today is Pep's birthday. Everybody go say happy birthday to Pep. BA on
Happy
the road,
birthday,
or he in somebody air vent, or in the shower, or in somebody's shower, peeping. Real quick. Boom, boom. We do not own the rights to any music, videos, or stats on this podcast. We just some more Army war vets talking about sports and keeping the hood professional. Yeah, warm it up. And if they don't like that, G, what can they do?
Get off our nut sacks.
Yeah, like turn me up in the headphones.
Yeah, like I was on stage. You know, they got that little earpiece in their ear listening to everything they said.
Yeah. Yep.
Had to bring it back.
Hey, yeah, we appreciate y'all tuning in, man. We back. Episode 80. What's been going on with you, G? We've been gone a week, man. What's popping?
Man, I just been living, man. You know, my bonus kids, my bonus daughters do gymnastics, so they had a competition all weekend. So,
word.
Yeah, they qualified for
in
state.
San Antonio.
Yeah, but shit, in like 2 months we'll be in Houston for state, and then Dallas for state for the other.
Okay.
Because they on two.
You holler at BA while you up there?
I'm gonna holler at, man. If I'm in your AO, trust me, I'm gonna let you know I'm there.
Yeah.
If you come to the San Antonio area, holler at your boy. Look, we can meet up. We can do a meet and greet. I don't give a shit. I'll be up in your area next weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, for a kid's birthday party. But, you know, I ain't going,
Okay.
You know, I got to check in with the OG. You know, you up there.
Right.
Shit.
What is that, women? Yeah, it's got to be women. Okay. So, let's see. Yeah, are you watching the All-Star game?
I'm looking at it. I'm frustrated, but yeah, it's on the TV.
Yeah, I have no interest in watching it, man. I just don't.
Nothing real. I mean,
gonna be.
Yeah, it's like what the NFL did with the Pro Bowl. It's not even. You might as well just pick your 14 All-Stars and for both sides and say fuck it. Keep All-Star weekends. Keep the dunk contest, 3-point contest, the skills. Okay, you keep all that other shit.
But yeah, I like Saturday.
Yeah, there's no need in even having a All-Star game if you're not going to play defense and you're going to do all this.
Gonna happen.
Exactly.
And one bullshit.
Yeah. Everything is a lob or something fancy. I ain't got time for that, man.
Yeah, man. Like I say, I'm watching The Incredibles, man. I'm not even fucking around, dude. I'm watching The Incredibles, man.
We went to the movie theater for that, so.
Yeah. I mean, I watch the shit on Netflix, but it's on like a regular channel, so I'm even watching it with commercials, man. And then after this podcast, I'm gonna watch season 5, episode 1 of Magnum PI. I just have zero interest in it, man. I mean, the skills competition, the dunk contest, Mac McClung. I knew what he was gonna do.
You know, I had never seen that kid before, but he got some ups.
Yeah, you go watch his high school videos, man.
Man,
go watch his YouTube.
That youngin
Yeah.
got some ups, yo.
Hey, go watch his YouTube. He catching oops over folks. He is clowning. Like, he
It would have been
clowning cats.
nice for him, for Ja Morant to get into the
That would
all,
have been nice,
to get
man.
into the dunk contest and let them two go at it.
I actually like Murphy and what he was doing, but he's 6'9".
Yeah, see,
So,
I have no
you know,
interest in somebody
but
who's over
he has
6'6".
some nice dunks now. He
Yeah,
has
he
some nice
does.
dunks.
But it comes
But,
easier when the taller you are, the easier it gets. So
yeah.
that's why I wasn't amused when what's his name won the dunk contest. Superman. I mean the fake ass
Dwight
Superman.
Howard.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I was there for that one.
I wasn't amused.
In
I wasn't impressed.
2009, I
Yeah.
drove up from Fort Huachuca to Phoenix, man. You know, I had the chance to go, so I went. I don't know why they having that shit in fucking Salt Lake City. Who the fuck wants to go to Utah? Them motherfuckers on the court, they don't even want them voting. But y'all had this shit in Utah. Anyway, I digress.
No,
I
you good, B.
digress. Oh
You
yeah, I
good in
know.
my book because I'm with you. Like, who the fuck want to go to? It's cold as
You know
fuck up
how I
there right
feel.
now.
If I ever started any kind of league, Salt Lake City and Boston wouldn't have teams, bro. Would not. Two of the racist motherfucking cities in the country, man.
Whew.
I am
Whew,
dead
Lord.
serious.
So I watched the third quarter of an XFL game because San Antonio got a team.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a half a quarter of that.
Did you like it?
My facial expressions tell all.
It's like watching a G League game, man. That's the vibe the XFL gives me, man. It's like
I'm
watching
gonna
a
make
G
you
League
laugh though.
game.
I'm gonna make you laugh. As a starting quarterback for San Antonio, guess what college he went to? One of them ones we don't like. The main one we don't like.
Notre Dame?
My
I
bad,
hate
number
Notre
two.
Dame.
The number two
Okay.
team. I forgot about that. I wasn't even.
Yeah.
Notre Dame is like I don't even hate them. I despise them with all
Man,
fibers
I don't
of
know
my
why they
being.
get all that hype, man, and they just trash, bro. But what school you talking
But
about, man?
AJ McCarron is playing. He's the
Alabama?
starting quarterback.
I don't mind Alabama.
But that's where their quarterbacks are best known. That's where they belong.
In the G League.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
most SEC quarterbacks don't turn out to be nothing, man. The two
it
quarterbacks in
don't.
the Super Bowl was from the Big 12. Joe
Well,
Burrow started at
yeah,
Ohio State before he went to LSU.
yeah,
And
yeah. Hurts was
oh,
an SEC, but he moved to the
but
Big
he
12.
was in the Big 12, and then Brock
Yeah.
Purdy was from the Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
So think about that.
Yeah.
SEC really don't produce no quarterback. Look at Tua, man. Overrated.
Like
Throw a
we
lot of
said long
interceptions.
time ago. We said this a long, long time ago. For those who haven't been watching, who haven't been tuning in on a regular, we said this months and days back.
Yep.
If you're a quarterback in the SEC, you're getting drafted because of your receivers and your running backs.
Mm-hmm.
That is it. On offense. So when you get your first game check, get that shit to them receivers and for them receivers and running backs that didn't get drafted and be like, here you go, because you got me here. You can take your next one. I'm just saying. For sure.
You already know what it is.
Yep. For those who ain't here, I ain't pouring it out. I'm pouring it down my throat.
Exactly. You in the house anyway.
I still wouldn't have poured it out.
Can't be pouring that shit on the floor.
That shit costs money.
What? You drinking Bullet?
Now I'm actually drinking. I got some sitting right here, but I'm actually on some. I was downstairs and my Bullet was upstairs, so I got some Tito's and
Word.
Tito's and Sprite with some
That Texas vodka.
yeah. I'm
That's
about to
okay.
invest in them.
Are you?
Yeah. They're top seller. There's another one though. Somebody, man, I just had it. My wife bought it home from Specs.
Eddie's.
Mm-mm.
Eddie's is another Texas vodka. Cause on your way back on down 35, on your way up 35, you see Eddie, Texas. You'll see the sign for it. They make vodka too.
Oh, I ain't know. I ain't. Well, I shit. When I get on
I'm a vodka
35, and I
drinker,
go
so
once I get past Killeen, the Killeen Temple, I get tunnel vision. Because I hate making that drive, yo.
yeah.
I hate making that drive. Yeah. I get tunnel vision. Same thing going south when I start going towards Corpus Christi. I get tunnel vision. I only, if it don't say Corpus Christi or my destination, I don't see the exit.
Yeah.
Shit, I even be having my headphones. My headphones be playing my music in my music in the GPS so that the kids can listen to whatever. My wife can listen to whatever. Shit. I get tunnel vision like a motherfucker.
Well, I'm gonna let you have this little segment coming up, man. Go. We didn't talk about it last week.
So a lot of people on Facebook, a lot of people that I know, they talking about, oh, you and your feelings, oh, you're pissed off, whatever.
Like they can tell your mentality of what state of mind you in through a text or a post, man. People kill me with that.
For the people that know me, everybody knows that I sure was not. Was I not happy that we didn't win the Super Bowl? Of course. Yeah. I'm an Eagles fan. I'm a die Eagles fan. Yep. Was I happy with the game? Yes, because we said it the week before the Super Bowl. I want to see a good game. I didn't give it. I did give a shit of who won, but I really didn't give a shit of who won because it was. I gave a shit about because I love Andy Reid. Yeah. Everybody knows he spent 11, 12 years in Philly. I love Andy Reid. Course. You know, I wanted him to get a second, but I really wanted Jalen Hurts to get his first because, like I did, a lot of people doubted Jalen Hurts and said that he wasn't that quarterback because he came from Alabama. Jalen Hurts put in the time he deserved.
Well, he became a quarterback when he went to OU, man. Lincoln Riley, I mean, one thing I can say is he's good with quarterbacks. Nick Saban ain't teaching no quarterbacks.
True, because you already got the likes of Devontae Smith and
exactly
Jerry Jeudy. So, yeah. But I mean, I wasn't upset about it. The only thing that I was upset about, and people are taking this as I'm in my feelings. But like I tell everybody, and I say it on this podcast a lot of times, if you play a sport and you haven't been, or you coach a sport, but you haven't been a referee of that sport or official of that sport, you'll get in your feelings. I've never coached or played or umpired or refereed football.
Yeah.
But I'm a true believer of if I'm letting you play, I'm not going to start making calls at the end of the game that I should have been making at the beginning of the game. Yes, was that holding? Was that defensive holding on Smith-Schuster? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But he did it two plays before. If you didn't call it then, don't call it now because now when you're under 2 minutes, you're disrupting the game. This is a tight ass game. You're fucking up the gameplay now. Cuz these players they're on their y'all letting us play type shit. So we're going to do what we want to do and wait for you to call it. That was my whole I mean, don't make no dumb bullshit play. I mean, don't make no dumb bullshit call. And then when I bring up the whole when Snead should have been called for pass interference on
Uh-huh.
Judy, everybody's like, but he caught the ball. And I'm like, no, he was out of bounds when he caught the ball. But it was pass interference inbounds. The catch should have been nullified. The penalty should have been thrown, and it should have been first down and 10 from the spot. But everybody is looking. And, most of the people who've been running their mouth is from that team that I don't like to say, I don't like to
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah. Yeah. I already know.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I will say this because the motherfucker he pissed me off when he said this. He was like, "Y'all got 57 years in the league, and y'all won one Super Bowl."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Yeah, your team has a shorter span in the league because the Cowboys came in after the Eagles. We've been in since 1933.
Mm-hmm.
Cool." But as some Super Bowls are relevant, and he says, "Oh, we got 5 Super Bowls," and I'm like, "Yep, y'all do. I will give you that accolade." But at some point in time, you have to stop using it as a
Yeah.
crutch. And
Yeah.
this is what I said like 20 episodes ago. This is what I was saying 20 episodes ago when I said your Super Bowls from 1990s
Mm-hmm.
don't mean shit in the 2000s because the game been changed.
Mm-hmm.
They're relevant because you won them. They're in the history books. George Washington crossed the Delaware. It's in the history books.
I've actually
Barack
crossed the
Obama won the
Delaware where George
presidency.
Washington crossed. I rode over a bridge. So yeah. Anyway.
Yep.
Anyway.
You and me
So
both.
let me play devil's advocate to that. Now I agree that call it sealed the game for Kansas City. But okay, I won't. It didn't seal the game for Kansas City because I got 2 points to that call. One, the Eagles didn't have any sacks.
I know what you're gonna say.
Okay,
Nope.
okay, I got 3 points. The Eagles didn't have any sacks. One, two,
Mm-hmm.
they let Patrick Mahomes run for 26 yards that already put them in field goal position. That's two. Three, before that field goal, the Eagles were outscored 21-11 in the second half. Kansas City scored on every possession they
Can I
had the
caveat
ball.
that point?
Absolutely.
Can I caveat off that last one?
Yeah.
So there was a couple Eagles fans on my page that I had to hurt their feelings. And I'm like, yo, y'all are upset about this shit. But if you look at the whole entire season, if you look at every time we talked about Philly, or every time I posted on somebody else's post about Philly, I always said one thing: we don't score enough in the second half. We
Mm-hmm.
take a whole half
You get
off,
stagnant.
and we allow teams to get back into the game. The defense plays, the offense doesn't. When the defense needed the offense to play, the offense didn't. And like you said, we went stagnant. So now somebody asked me what my outlook on next season is. And I'm be totally honest. You can book it. I think we'll make the playoffs. We won't make it back to the NFC Championship. If we
Y'all got
do,
a lot of people
it's
to
going to
play. Y'all gonna
be
lose some people.
well. We got to end. Half our defensive line is free agents right about now.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to reacquire all of them, all of those critical
Mm-hmm.
pieces. On
But you got to
top
pay
of
Jalen Hurts
we
too.
lost our offensive coordinator,
Mm-hmm. Defensive
we
coordinator.
lost our offensive coordinator, our defensive coordinator, and our linebackers coach.
Mm-hmm.
Even though our linebackers, I mean, outside of fucking outside of shit, I can't even call his name. I'm so high and drunk right now. But you know who I'm talking about. Hassan Reddick. Outside of Hassan Reddick,
Yeah. Yeah, he got
we
2 more
really ain't had no
years.
linebacker. Exactly. But outside of
So
Hassan Reddick, our linebackers were null and void.
so that's what I haven't even talked to anybody about the Super Bowl, but those 3 points to me, you know, they made a big difference, man. They made a big
It
difference.
did. You got to play both halves, and I tell
Hmm.
everybody this: in whatever sport, you got to play both halves. If you put up 50 in the first half, you need to put up 60 in the second, because no team on the professional level is looking to get blown out and embarrassed like that without making an effort to try to come
Right,
back.
right. It almost looked
Nobody.
like Nick Sirianni didn't make any adjustments, man.
None.
Y'all were winning, and he was happy with that.
He was
You
happy with it.
know,
He was thinking, oh, we're going to be able to maintain this 10-point lead.
nah,
And I know
Chiefs
you don't
they
like the
scored too
analogy.
much.
I know you don't like the analogy, and I know why you don't like the analogy. So I'm not even going to say it. But when you're up at that level, when you're up in a championship game,
You got to
if
finish them.
you are not looking to not even destroy you, if you're not looking to demoralize a team, we demoralized the Giants
Hmm.
before the NFC Championship game. I'm not
Hmm.
gonna say we demoralized San Francisco because
You can say it.
y'all were playing with a third string quarterback who should be a first string quarterback who got hurt. So y'all really didn't have a quarterback. So for me, we should have been Kansas City. I mean, honestly, and people can kiss my ass if you disagree, but San Francisco's offense could not deal with our defense. We just did not make the enough situational changes
So
because
let
there's
me go
go
ahead. Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was
So
just
here's
gonna
what
say
I
there's
yeah,
no
go
way
ahead.
in hell Kelsey would have been doing all of that in the second half. There's no way in hell, even though Smith Schuster, he really wasn't effective.
He only
Their
had
receivers,
I think he only had one catch.
he had like two or three, but
Did he?
there's no way. I mean, that pass that Mahomes threw to him that they called the holding on.
That wasn't
If you
catchable.
go back
But
and look at it, he wasn't catching that ball. No way.
nah, nah.
He didn't even know because they had put pressure on Mahomes. He didn't even know the ball had been thrown, and that was
Yeah.
my thing. Like, why'd you even throw that flag? Because he didn't even know that ball was thrown, and even if he did, he wasn't catching it.
So here's what I saw with the Eagles in the Chiefs game. Well, let me go. So if you go back and watch the 49ers Eagles game, the 49ers had 5 defensive linemen on the line. They had 4 up there, and then they had Hassan Reddick.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm pretty sure y'all went to a nickel package and y'all only rushed 4 against Kansas City. So they
Because they
switched.
were
That was
afraid
one
of
of the
Mahomes
changes they
running.
made, huh?
They were afraid of Mahomes running, and he did what he was going to do anyway.
Well, I think they were afraid that if they rushed 5, then Patrick Mahomes would have shredded them. If they'd have rushed 5 like they did against the 49ers, see, they didn't mind Brock Purdy throwing the ball. And they also knew the right side of our offensive line wasn't very good. But they played a 5-man front against the 49ers, and they played a 4-man front against the Chiefs so they can have one more man back there because the
Mm-hmm.
Eagles throw the ball more than I mean the Chiefs throw the ball way more than the 49ers do. But I think that was a mistake on the Eagles' part because y'all didn't get any sacks.
Yeah, you're right.
That was the one biggest thing that I noticed. 5-man front against the 49ers to stop the run and force Purdy to throw the ball. 4-man front against the Chiefs to have that 7-man back.
That's good
to defend the pass.
I mean, and honestly, as a defensive coordinator, when I saw Patrick Mahomes was limping off of that field, a Coca-Cola, I'm putting mad pressure on him.
Well, we said that about Jacksonville. They made that mistake, right? They were blitzing him. Then when he hurt his ankle, they backed up off of him.
Yeah. Why? I'm gonna put mad pressure. Thank you. I'm going to put mad pressure on you for the first 3 plays. Yeah. I want to see you perform on that ankle that you just hurt.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can say, okay, you still solid on it. You Patrick Mahomes on it. Got it. Now y'all back off. Let's do this. Keep the pressure on him. Don't let Kelsey get, we're gonna shadow. Like I told somebody I would have played a cover. What is not the it would have been a cover 2, cover 3, because I would have had 2 high safeties. I would have had 2 high safeties. My receivers on the outside would have been in the man. Everybody else is in what's the name?
Well, he had the pass for the touchdown. He had the pass for the touchdown, but the rest of that was pretty much underneath your linebackers.
And this is why
that's just what I saw. I ain't no football guru. I didn't say that I'd rather have Brock Purdy instead of Jimmy G because I know what Brock Purdy can do. And then he came in and won 8 straight. I don't know shit about football. Yeah, I'm being sarcastic.
Looking at this draft, looking at the draft coming up, for me, I'm hoping that the kid from Alabama goes
late going
first.
You talking about Will Anderson, the linebacker?
Man,
he going early.
I'm fasting and praying that they let that kid slip.
He might go number 1, and let me tell you why. Because the Bears they keeping Justin Fields. I heard Khalil Mack was going back to the Bears, and then you put this kid at linebacker. Hey, you cooking with something? I don't know, man.
Gotta put him you can make him a defensive end. Well, to me, he'd be a floater.
That's mostly what he did in college anyway, was rushing from the end.
Yeah, he'd be a floater for me. And if we don't get Will Anderson, the other player that I would hope would slip in the draft is Joey Porter Jr.
Okay.
Because he's speed, he can tackle, he knows how to read the offense. His dad has coached him and taught him very fucking well.
If you can get a kid with a football pedigree, you take that kid, man. Always. Especially Devin Bush Jr. Santi Samuel Jr.
Who done played? His dad was a linebacker, was an all-star standout linebacker. But you a cornerback? Yeah. Oh, Dad, teach me how to read. Because, linebackers got to know how to read a defense.
Right.
Got to know how to read a run. Got to know how to read a pass. Man, hey, Dad, show me what you've been seeing on this play. What you see on this play, because this is what I saw. We watching game film together, B. Mm-hmm. I can't. But, it's a lot of shit that has to come together for us to get back to where we're at now.
It's gonna be hard because, like we talked about, man, y'all got a lot of people to re-sign, but the biggest thing, Jalen Hurts, man. If he don't take a team friendly contract like Pat Mahomes did,
if he don't look out for himself, he's got.
Hey man, them 5 females, I don't think they gonna stick it to him. Like, y'all didn't think he was the one anyway, but now that y'all know he is, Pay that
Pay
man.
me.
Pay me. Pay me.
And we losing Landon Johnson on offense. He's on the offensive line because he's a damn he's a free agent. He's a free agent. So if we're not replacing him with somebody better or younger that can grow, that is decent, yeah. But I mean, like I told my homeboy, he a fucking Seattle Seahawks fan. I told him the game still got to be played because everybody was like, based off of strength of schedule and everybody and everything else, y'all should be exactly where y'all at. And I'm like, well, based off of strength of schedule, yeah, we should have made the playoffs. No, we should have been the number one seed in the playoffs. And no, we should have never made it to the Super Bowl. We beat some serious teams, which negated.
Well, you know how I feel about that. I always put up that strength of schedule.
I know you do. I know you do. I mean,
but it's people.
Brother, I love you to death.
All right, well, that's cool.
I love you to death, but at the end of the day, like we said, like we all agreed on this podcast, injuries play a serious portion of every win, of every game, of every season.
Yep.
And Philly just happened to be blessed not to lose key pieces in our offense or defense week to week. We lost Jalen Hurts for 2 games.
Yeah.
The kid went 16-2.
Yeah.
The whole season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. It's a lot that has to come back together, and I'm hoping that the Eagles front office says, "Look, we're gonna give you this much for these next 3 seasons, but we'll give you an extension of this. But we need to solidify this, and if you on board, then we got you. I give you X amount."
That punt return killed y'all, man.
That hurt,
man. That one we had one when we played the Ravens, man, and that dude ran that ball back for that touchdown in the Super Bowl. That punt return hurt, man.
But bruh, Guns, I'm gonna tell you, I told somebody the punt return hurt more than the defensive holding.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the game was tied with defensive holding.
Exactly. Yeah.
That punt return gave them 7.
Yeah.
Because they scored off of that.
Yeah.
They scored within 3-4 plays off of that shit. That punt return hurt more than anything else. It's all good. I mean, but like I tell, I'm gonna keep on saying it. I'm not in my feelings. I'm not butthurt. I'm not nothing.
Oh, I believe that.
To me, it was a game.
No money over it.
It was, and that was one thing I said. That was point number 1. When I looked at my bank account, when that clock hit double zeros and we lost by 3, the money in my account was still the same.
Yep.
So miss me with the bullshit. I mean, and number 2, it was a better game than what it was last season, the season before that, and the season before that. I'm gonna give you 4 Super Bowls before this one. Well, Eagles versus Patriots was a good game in the Super Bowl, and then Eagles Chiefs was a good game. The ones in between, to me, weren't good because I'm like you. I don't want to see no blowout.
Yeah,
I don't want to see a rout. I want you. You're the best team in the AFC, the best team in the NFC. Y'all there for a fucking reason. Now let's play. And I don't want referees to take control and have any say in the game. Because I say it in basketball. Don't never let a referee have any say in how that game is going to go. You still got to fucking play. So, but it's all good. When we asked for it, we got it. A good game. That's what the fuck we got.
Yep.
I'm blessed.
Let's see. We talk about this. So I went and did 18 holes today, man.
You better
You know, I
you
got three. I got three pars, but I had like 4, 5, 6 uh octa bogeys or whatever you want to call it. I was hitting some 8s and some 9s on holes, man. I hadn't golfed since 2015 when I went to Austin to play. Me and Pep went and played. And hey, what's good, Keith? And I went and played, man. But this is the shit that challenges me out of any other sport. I can do any other sport. I can go, I can watch it and I can go do it. But this golf challenge, it'll humble you real quick, man. I have fun though. It's always fun.
So my
You know.
humbling sport is not golf. It's softball, baseball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I play softball like a motherfucker.
Uh-huh.
And once I wasn't able to go yard anymore,
Yeah.
is when my whole mindset of the game changed.
Well,
And
here's
I
what I
make the
mean. Here's what I mean by humbling, man. Like I suck at this. I legit suck at that shit at golf. You play softball, you're good at softball. Age and attrition is humbling you. Golf, I just suck at. It humbles you. Because I can
so
go
it's
do
like me and
basketball. I
putt
can go
putt
play
golf.
softball at a high level. Golf, I suck.
So it's like me and putt putt golf then, because
I mean,
shit.
I can play putt putt because that's just angles. Golf, swinging that club, trying to get that ball to go straight down that fairway, even on the greens, putting, man, it
Right.
humbles you.
You ever y'all got Top Golf up there? You ever been to Top Golf?
We got no, I ain't been there.
Man, go to Top Golf. That'll tell you why in one swing why Jermaine does not play golf.
So that's what I'm saying. It'll humble you because you can watch it all day. You know how we say, like when people get out there on the basketball court and the lights come on, they be talking shit from the stands, but when they get out there and the lights come on, it's harder than what they think. That's what people will say about me in golf. Like in my mind, this shit look good. Like this shit look good. But then when I actually do it, hell no. Hell no.
Bruh, I'm gonna tell you, when I was at Hood playing softball, once I couldn't hit the long ball no more,
Yeah.
I trained myself to be a place hitter.
Sure. That's like me and not being able to dunk no more.
But I
You
broke
gotta think the game playing under the
yeah.
rim.
I broke 4 ribs on my left side.
Wow. Yeah.
And
That'll
I'm right
do it.
handed. I'm a right handed batter. So
Yeah,
every
that'll
time
do
I'm
it.
going
Yeah.
like this, man, I used to tell everybody I played with, I'm like, yo, when I come up, just like, yo, if I'm behind you, just get on. And they were like, why? I'm like, just get on. And
Yeah.
when I hit the ball, if you're on first base, you should be on third by the time I get to first. If you're on second base, you should be scoring. Because I'm going to right field. Because I couldn't,
Yeah.
because of the pain of me swinging, I could never go left field no more. Yeah, man. People,
Hey.
it got to the point to where I sat there and I watched the whole defensive shift move to right field.
Yeah. Yep.
And by the grace of Allah, that bitch went out the left because I sat there and I swung early and I contacted early and that bitch went out the left field and we won the game. But
Yeah.
yeah, I know what you're feeling about
That golf is a motherfucker, man.
Mm-hmm.
And golf, it's a perishable skill, man. I mean, you go out there, you can go months and months and months and go play golf every day and you'll get better. But if you stop playing, all that shit gone, man. You're gonna have to start over again, man. That's what tells me how good Tiger Woods is, man. This motherfucker done been in car accidents and shit and can still come out
Near death
and do that
experience.
shit at a high level, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
I take
so
my hat off to everybody, to all y'all who play golf.
hey, it's fun, man. It's
I take it
fun.
off to y'all because I just can't. Ain't enough weed and money on the planet to make me go out there. Because first off the tee, and this is what I'm telling you about Top Golf.
Uh,
Off the tee, bruh. So if you've never seen Top Golf, they got they got a computer screen and you play games for every whatever, and there's different
uh,
levels. You're at different heights. There's 3 floors, and they got computer games. So whatever it tells you, you gotta put the ball in to score points off of is where you gotta go. Now I went out the first time I
oh,
ever
okay.
went.
So yeah, I get it.
I went with my homeboy and we were softball players. And he's like, bruh, if you can swing a softball bat, you can swing this golf club. Okay.
Eh,
It ain't the same, but okay.
yeah.
I got you. The motions is kind of the same, but it ain't the same. Man, this Joker was knocking the
Eh.
ball all the way out to the net, to the back of the net. He knocking it all the way out there. It's like 300, 400 yards. My shit ain't going no more than 40 yards. And that's the front. That's the first 3 holes.
What's good, Shy? That's who I went golfing with, man. But niggas
Yeah,
out there, we had
I agree with
we
you. It's not the motion is the same, but the the action is totally different.
the end result of the swing is the same because you
The
end up,
action and
you
the
know,
the action and the end result.
but swinging down as opposed to I
The
don't know.
wheelhouses are different because a
Yeah,
wheelhouse on a softball player is mid chest.
exactly.
The wheelhouse on a golf player is at his ankles.
Right.
So that's how when everybody like, oh, it's the same. I'm like, no, it's not. I don't agree. I don't agree with you.
It's not. It's really not.
Shit, they say it's about the bats in softball too or baseball. Eh, I beg to
It's
differ.
all about the clubs.
I didn't see
Hey man,
motherfuckers.
you gotta let the clubs do the work, man.
You're right.
You go out there and
Correct.
try and kill it, you'll end up in a.
You
I only
in that
lost three
aspect,
balls today.
in that aspect, I agree with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is about the clubs because each one is designed to give you certain yardage. Yeah, softball. Every softball bat is made to go 300 yards, or 300 feet or 400 feet.
Uh huh.
But I mean, it is what it is. I take
Yeah,
my hat off to y'all.
I just wanted to talk about that. When I was in Germany, man, I was golfing a lot. You know, my wife had a first sergeant who liked to go play, and his best friend was a master sergeant. He liked to go play, so we would go play with them.
I'm good.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm excelente. I was not even gonna go out there and embarrass myself. I put golfed a couple weeks ago, and yeah, okay.
So here we go, man. All-Star weekend's over. Second half of the season, teams about to start playing more defense, tightening it up, getting ready for the playoffs, man. How you feel about Philly? They didn't make any moves at the trade deadline, did they?
We got rid of Tyrese Maxey. I mean, Tyree, Thibault,
Oh
Matisse
yeah,
Thibault. We got
Matisse
rid of Matisse
Thybulle.
Thibault.
That's right.
The guy that we bought in,
Y'all traded him to Atlanta. Shit,
where did he fucking go?
Atlanta, Sacramento.
I think he went to Sacramento. It was a 3-team trade, and I think
Oh, okay.
Sacramento was in that. I think he was in that trade. He went to Portland.
Okay, that's right. That's right.
He went
That's
to
right.
Portland.
For who'd y'all get for
Yeah,
him?
somebody I wasn't concerned with.
Uh, you know who it is?
Hold on, I'll tell you. Because
It
I
wasn't
already tell
Sadiq
you I'm
Bey.
not
It
good.
wasn't Sadiq Bey, was it?
Nah,
Or was that another
I'm not
trade I'm
good with
thinking about, man? I
names.
don't know. That shit done passed, so I done really forgot about the shit.
Mm-hmm. Now anything like we just signed Mac McClung to a 2-way contract, so
Yeah. Yep.
it's all
I knew
gravy.
he
And
was gonna
that
win that dunk contest though. But anyway,
when they said Mac McClung, I was like, "Who the fuck is this kid?" And then
he
when I seen
actually,
him jump,
yeah, man. Hey, I'm telling you, go look at his YouTube, man. I'm telling you, go
when I
look at
seen
this
him
dude.
jump,
He's doing all that shit in high school, bro.
I said, "Where the fuck this kid?" He got longevity doing that too.
Hey,
Minus what everybody was saying about daggone what's the kid from Duke? He hurt now in the league. Pelicans.
oh
Zion
Zion,
Williamson.
yeah, cause he ain't landing
And
with all that weight.
I was telling everybody, Zion need to lose mad weight.
He can't though, cause a lot of that shit is muscle, man. That dude is solid. You gotta
And
look at that dude. He is
he
solid, man.
he's bigger than Barkley, and a lot of people don't realize Barkley lost weight when he came in
Yeah,
the league.
Barkley lost like 60
He's
pounds.
bigger than
Daryl
Larry
Dawkins
Johnson.
told him to. Look, man, Zion
Yeah, he
is
had to lose
muscle, man.
weight.
That kid needs to go play football to where he's not doing all that jumping and landing and putting all that pressure on his frame, man.
Then I think we got McDaniels for Thibault.
Okay.
It was McDaniels or it wasn't King, and it wasn't Dwayne Dedman. I think
Okay.
it was
So
I think
let's
it
move on,
was.
man. How you feel about Philly's chances though? At least getting to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I don't think we make it. I'm just being totally honest, and
I
the
would hope so.
main the main source behind that is James Harden. In order for us to make it, James Harden has to be more consistent scoring. I love that he's assisting, but he can do that and score, but he dribbles way too much.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that shit gets
He
boring,
dribbles way
man.
Yes, it does. He holds the ball for 25 seconds of a 24-second shot clock. Notice I said 25 seconds.
Yeah.
And then he's injury prone, and then Embiid has to stay healthy as well.
He stay on the floor a lot, man. Him and
Way too
AD hit
much.
the floor more than anybody in the league, man.
And if they don't hurry up and incorporate my guy, Tobias Harris, I
Tobias
love
Harris,
Tobias
man.
Harris. If they do not incorporate, and if they don't embed him more into the offensive scheme,
Yeah.
we're in trouble.
Yeah. So
Tobias
you
Harris is
talked
the X
about
factor.
you talked about James Harden dribbling too much. Tyrese Maxey sometimes will come down and shoot that bitch at 22 seconds, man, without no time ticking
Unadulterated.
off the clock.
Unadulterated. Oh, you,
Ill,
you got to
ill
be in my house when
advised.
I'm sitting there watching them. You got to be watching. You got to be in the house or on the phone with me when I'm watching the Sixers game, and he'll come down and do that shit.
Oh man, I already know. You ain't got to tell me
Man,
nothing.
my
It
wife would be
pisses
like,
me off.
"Babe, are you okay? Is it that serious?" I'm like, "This fucking idiot just came down with no rebounders and shot a fucking 35-foot shot
Jacking, yeah, jacking.
with 20 seconds left on the goddamn free on the 24-second clock." That shit pisses me off. Because me as a coach, when I was coaching, I used to tell you, hey, I'm just telling you now, You shoot some ill-advised, unadulterated bullshit, I will take a timeout or a tech to get you the fuck out the game. And you won't go back in. Don't play with me. Our main brief at the beginning, in the locker room before we even came out, was like, yo, whatever you got in your bag of tricks, if that ain't what got us here, don't bring that shit out
that
now.
shit in your bag.
Because
Yeah.
I will bench the fuck out you. Do not play with me. So that's why I don't feel like the team that we have now is going to make a deep run in the playoffs. And it's sad because on the back end of that, on the back side of that is, if we don't make a deep run, Embiid is going to ask to be traded.
I can see that happening.
He's going to ask to be traded. And once he's gone, if we're not getting another PTP center, we'll never make it back to the playoffs.
So the Thunder,
we'll be in the bottom three.
The Thunder in 10th right now in the play-in game. I don't know how long it's gonna last because SGA does a lot of the shit that Maxey does, and he don't make nobody better. Did you watch Josh Giddey dropping them dimes in the game? But he does it all the time, though.
I'll take Tyrese Maxey over SGA for one reason and one reason only. Maxey is blowing by you and going to the basket.
Yeah, SGA works hard.
SGA wants to shoot a jump shot.
Well, then he can't blow by anybody, and he'll have 2-3 people draped on him, and all he gonna do is spin around and shoot a fadeaway. He's so exhausted by halftime. He's sitting there with his hands on his knees, man.
And the kid is talented.
Then by the end of the game, he ain't got no juice.
He real talented.
Yeah.
I
never said the dude couldn't play.
Yeah.
You know, I tell people that even with Draymond, I've never said Draymond couldn't play.
Yeah, he's better off an analyst to me.
There's some talented dudes, man, but SGA works so hard for shots, man, trying to get his numbers, bro.
Yeah.
We was smacking Houston by 30. He was still running in there trying to get his numbers, man. I'd have told Coach, hey, Coach, take me out. I'm good. We up 34. I'm good, man. Take me out.
Man, in a little league game, we up when they turn the clock off. Hey, timeout, ref.
Yeah.
All y'all clear the bench. Clear the bench. All y'all bring y'all asses out and sit down.
I'm looking forward to the second half of the NBA season. I'm looking forward to March Madness because to me, that shit is wide open, man. Wide open. I don't see a standout team. That shit is wide open, man.
I think in the East, Boston winds up being number 2. Being number 2 or 3. With Philly either being number 2 or 3.
Behind Milwaukee? Is Milwaukee up there?
Milwaukee's number 1.
Okay.
In the East. In the West.
I tell you, man. Drew Holiday is so underrated, man.
You know, I love that.
He is the reason they won that championship.
You know, I love that dude. I swear, I say it now. When I was watching
a Drew Holiday fan, yeah, because he was drafted by Philly. That's right.
We had him and Lou Williams as our backcourt.
And Iguodala. They didn't want to be patient, man. They didn't want to be patient.
Don't get me started. That's why I say fuck a process.
Yeah,
because they'll destroy a process.
Shit was bullshit, yo.
So in the West, Denver will remain number 1. Sacramento will be number 2.
Mm-hmm. We play them next Sunday.
With Memphis is going to drop down to 5.
Memphis say they ain't worried about the West.
You need to be. Now that fucking Phoenix,
especially with KD and Phoenix. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Fuck you talking about? You ain't
Yeah.
worried about the
Yeah,
West.
that's
Okay,
crucial. That's
you got
crucial,
a
man.
7 foot.
CP3, he gonna love that, man. Him and Devin, he got him and Devin Booker and Aiden. Aiden hands so nice, man. He got nice touch around the rim. Hey, man, they are solid, bro. Now they lost some depth with Cam Johnson, and I like Mikal Bridges. So I got to see how he gonna work this rotation. And they lost Jay Crowder.
And people were hoping Bridges was gonna get drafted by Philly.
He did, but they traded him. Remember, because his mom worked in the
That's what I'm talking
organization.
about.
Yeah.
So that's what I meant. We drafted him and then we traded him. But his mom
For
works
Matisse
in the Philly
Thybulle,
front
right?
office.
Yeah, I know. He
Yeah.
was happy about that, and then they traded him, and I was like, damn.
And what his mom?
I wouldn't be shocked if moms quit on their ass. Like,
I don't
this
think
what y'all doing?
I don't think she's in the front office anymore. I think she left. I think she did quit.
I think so too.
I think she did quit. But
that's crazy, man.
Because I like Mikal.
That's ruthless, my nigga. Like, yo, draft my son. Cool, y'all drafted my son. Y'all trading him?
Yeah. You must have traded me too.
Yeah. Fuck, I'm out too. Fuck it.
I mean, I still hold true. The Lakers, with all the changes that they'd have made, don't. If they make the play in, they lose first game.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough, man. That's gonna be rough because we don't know if Anthony Davis is gonna be healthy. I mean, they added some shooting. I like D'Angelo Russell. I don't think that they had to get rid of him, but it's good that he's back.
So Russell, as a shooter, he's streaky.
Sure.
But
everybody,
like that kid,
with the exception of Steph Curry, is, and Klay Thompson is streaky.
But I like that kid because he getting to the basket.
Yeah.
And he's gonna take your contact and he's still gonna put that ball up and score.
Man, that dude dribbled the ball at his ankle, man. I don't think nobody want to bend down and get that, man.
I like that dude. I've always liked that dude.
Yeah.
I've always liked him. But I mean, another kid that I really like in the league is my man in not Memphis. What's the one he played
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
Minnesota. Yeah. I figured you was talking about him.
Oh my God, I love that dude. He's a primetime player. He's a star in the league.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not real flashy with it. He's like a Scottie Pippen type.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna do what he gotta do. He's gonna get his points, and all he give a fuck about doing is winning. Oh, you want to be a star? Go ahead, because I'm still gonna get my 20-25.
So check this out. I just got this message. It says Shaq and Barkley trash Salt Lake City. The two NBA legends don't seem to be enjoying their time in Utah for All-Star game. It's a bad place to have an All-Star game, man. It's just bad.
First off, it's too goddamn cold. Second of all, I've never been to Utah, but just based off of based off of that college that's in Provo.
I played against Southern Utah. Yeah, I already know. I played against Southern Utah back in the day. I thought I was gonna die in that game, man.
And the only reason
that was my first time playing up in that altitude, oh my goodness, I could barely talk, bro.
And that's why they moved. I mean, on the same topic, but that's why they moved basically all the All-Army sports to Colorado because of that one reason.
Yeah.
That's why because of the altitude and the training and the Olympic Training Center is up there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why they did it, because they think it gives us an advantage over some shit. But okay, we'll just move on from that.
So it's been an hour. We about to get out of here, man. But here, I'm gonna give you some homework, bro, and I'm gonna come with mine too. I want you to give me your Final Four, man, for college. I don't want to hear it now. Come Wednesday, because we're going to get Pep on here too. And I'm going to hit Pep up to give me his Final Four NBA. I want Final Fours. I don't know how much college ball you've been watching, but I want Final Four for the men and the women. And I know the brackets ain't came out yet. And when we see the brackets, if you got two in the same bracket, you know, where they could end up playing each other before the Final Four, then we'll adjust fire. But they pretty much said the number ones would be Kansas, Purdue, Houston, and Alabama.
For the men?
So them are the 1 seeds for right now. But you can do Final Four for men's and women's for Wednesday. And I'll have my Final Four. We ain't got to get no winners, just your Final Four.
And this is without, so we're agreeing that it's going to change when the brackets get released.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they end up in the same bracket where they end up playing each other early, like Sweet 16 or Elite 8, then we'll adjust fire. Using that military term. I actually like adjust fire though. I use that one. I don't mind using that military term.
Yeah.
And you know when we say I'm tracking, that means bitch, I already knew that. So I use I'm tracking too.
We just say it so we don't not to hurt somebody's fucking feelings.
Yeah, you said respectful, like I'm tracking.
Because when you say it to me, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah. I used to hate people saying whore to me. Like, don't fucking whore me.
Oh, I hate that shit.
You know what I'm saying? I never use that shit after basic training. Anyway, we about to get up out of here, man. Episode 80. We just sitting here. I mean, we talking about some good shit, but it's an hour. We missing 2 people. We'll come back with it with episode 81 on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we appreciate everybody who tuned in. For those who didn't, when y'all watch this, we hope y'all tune in on Wednesday. We're going to be giving Final Four picks. So for G and the rest of the hood professionals, man, episode 81 is in the books. Oh, man. Yeah, we'll get into that Wednesday, too. We'll get into the NFL offseason on Wednesday. I'll have a schedule of what's supposed to happen. I had a timeline of what's supposed to happen for the NBA offseason. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in to episode 80 of the Sip Smoke Sports Podcast, man. Until Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Peace.
Peace out. Peace.
And get off our nutsack.